You're listening to MarceyLynn once again on WNHH LP 103.5 FM, your home for community radio.
Thank you, Harry. I missed you last week. Glad you're back and glad you didn't get picked. How's everybody doing? It's another Thursday. I'm sorry I missed you last week. I had some family stuff I had to do, but I just wanted to make sure that we focus on the beautiful things that are happening this weekend. So this show is primarily about that. But before I do that, I wanted to explain to people how valuable life is. Yesterday I went out for karaoke and could not move for 2 hours, could see everything, and I'm coming to find out that it was actually possibly me having seizures. So I'll find out about that. So life's short. You never know what's going on. But it was just so scary because I could hear and see everything and just could not say anything or move. But I'm really going to open today with an explanation on the Black Wall Street. I put a post out there, Black Wall Street. Remember Ari?
Yeah.
And I have Ari with me today, one of my baby girls hanging out with me because we're going to go into her flyer and her event, which is very exciting because, you know, I love being in the park with the music. Y'all know I'll be in front of the line, in front of the line. Follow me. You know? Yeah. So we're going to go through that. But I really want to take a moment to explain to people. Some people misunderstood the post. The Black Wall Street was amazing. Absolutely, positively amazing. Everybody was just happy. The music was right. The dancing was right. And it was, you know, you got to see people you haven't seen in so long.
Right.
And it's beautiful to have that type of event. Mm-hmm. But the Black Wall Street #1 is so important because I was explaining to people that in 1921, the Tulsa Race Massacre was Black Wall Street. And literally 1,250 homes were destroyed. And basically, Black Wall Street was erased from the history. Of course, it's not in the books. But years of black success and the importance of being held in New Haven Green is that in 1825, on New Haven Green, it was the final sale of enslaved people. New Haven Green. Mm-hmm. So can you imagine being ancestors of Lucy and Lois Trenton and hearing that Black Wall Street is where they were sold and immediately freed. Yeah. So that's I put out there for y'all so you could understand what my post was, and I'm glad everybody supported it. It was such a beautiful sea of people. Really I went back 2 years ago in New Haven Green when we used to have the big concerts. Other people come. What was it? The last one I think I went to was Vanessa Williams.
Okay.
And just her voice, you know. So but I just want us to keep that idea as we go through the events that we're going to be talking about today. So I want you to enlighten me, even though I know the beauty of healing through music, but just to be able to hang out, listen to music with like-minded people. And
yes. So we all know that music is universal. Music is unity, is something that you just catch a vibe with. It could change your mood. It could lift you up. And that's basically just the angle that we're going with. I really was inspired by doing all the line dances at Black Wall Street. You know, everybody, young, old, everybody, kids, we all were tearing it up, especially when Cupid Shuffle, Electric Slide. And just overall vibing out to the music. It set a nice tone.
It was beautiful because it's there were pockets of the line dances. So if there wasn't enough room here, they had to start another one over here. But everybody was going the same way. I was like, this is amazing.
You know, we got rhythm.
Yes,
you know how our people are.
We're going to make this work.
We're going to get it,
We're
right?
going to make it work. Yes, we are. But that is amazing. So what you're doing is similar, you know, because there's always music in the park, but we're doing what we need to do at Gulf Street Park, which I'm happy about. Yes. So tell everybody about your event next Thursday, right?
Yes.
Next Thursday. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So my organization is a nonprofit, Mental Harmony Foundation. Mm-hmm. And we basically are an organization that has support groups. We also have just a lot of information and about the different resources available locally for those who need like mental health living facilities as well as just crisis. And just regular everyday people like myself who just have different struggles that, you know, may not know what is available for them to cope with the different you know,
A hard day
trauma
is a
that
hard
they've been
day.
been through, especially growing up in New Haven. You know, I love New Haven. For the most part, I was born and raised here, but it's no secret that we suffered a lot of trauma with violence, with different food insecurities, not enough funding in our neighborhoods, addiction, and what have you. So, you know, that was the inspiration to start the organization. So this time, I want to shout out to Bud Minch.
Yes.
He's a great guy, mentor. We partnered with him this time to make this event happen, and it is next Thursday,
Yay.
August 31st at Gulf Street Park from 5 to 8. We're going to mainly be like in a pavilion area, just some vendors, and we really going to introduce everybody and just rock out to the DJ.
I think that's going to be a beautiful... Listen, I am so excited about like this next week in general, because what you're doing, who's playing music?
DJ Prime.
Oh, Prime's playing. Okay, so we're going to have a lot of fun. So it's like bring your chairs, bring your family.
Bring the kids.
The splash pad is out there. My granddaughter loves water.
Oh, yes.
Fortunately, she's always running to puddles.
Right.
So just bring positivity. Bring
That's
energy.
all we want is to have different positive vibes going on.
Yeah. Yep. Just come out even if you're miserable, because somebody could change that for you.
Right.
Yeah. So what's the time frame? What was this? I didn't look at the time.
From 5 to 8.
5 to 8 is good.
Yep.
That's good. Because I guess I might be able to go to karaoke. We'll see. after that.
Listen.
Jazzy's, yeah. So it's beautiful to just, we have options here in New Haven. And you don't have to not go someplace. What I tend to, and this goes on with mental health, I tend to see people shy away from places they enjoy because of people they dislike in the place.
Right, right.
So with the events that I always bring in the community, it's about the events. It's not about the person who's creating the event.
Right.
Unless it's someone that, maybe might be cooking. That's something different. Who made the potato salad?
Right.
That's something different.
Not eating it.
But, you just got to make sure, it's right. But your event is new and different because we get a couple hours to just listen to music and hang out with one another with them disrespectful mosquitoes.
Oh, I'm prepared.
Yeah, I have SEMA. Yep, I keep SEMA. But anything else about this specific event, and what do you have coming up after that?
So, right now, that's the only event that's going on until next year. We have the annual New Haven Mental Health Fair. That is typically in May because May is National Mental Health Awareness Month. And for those who don't know, actually, shout out to Mayor Elliker because he always supported the movement. And with that being said, every May 26th is not only my birthday, but it's also New Haven Mental Health Awareness Day.
That is amazing. That's great.
Right.
That's awesome. We have to remember that, and we have to celebrate it.
Right.
We really do have to celebrate it because everybody's going through so much, you know, and you have to meet people where they are. You got to meet people where they are.
Right.
And it's hard for people that don't know how to adjust to meet somebody where they are, even when you love them.
Right.
So even like when you write those letters and you send those text messages, you have to feel that person out.
Right.
They might not have been in the mood right then and there for what you sent text. So forgive them and keep it moving. But we should be able to come together anywhere. Right. So I like that you're doing that, and I appreciate that you're doing that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So give me some. You're just like me. We if I can't find it, I'm calling you or whoever to find it, and vice versa. Right. So it's good that we have our hands in everything. And what I keep mentioning to people is, Hosea 4:6, our people, lack of knowledge. But you have to read the entire scripture and realize that it was not just about all people. It's about the specific people that have a gift that don't want to use it. Right. So once you read the whole scripture, that is where I'm at when it comes to mental health. Because a lot of people have not found themselves. They don't get a chance to find themselves, or they've never known themselves. And that makes mental illness so much easier to just go on the other side. Right. Yeah. So we have horrible situations in New Haven, DV, the little girls with the cars. We have to meet people where they are. And I know you understand that. Right. So Give me some ideas on, or give the audience some ideas on how to meet someone where they are.
Right. So, when you were saying that, what came to my mind was sometimes with mental health, people automatically just correlate that with either suicide or just having like a bugged out moment outside or something like that, which is also obviously mental health is like everything, right? But I do want to, take a moment to acknowledge how insecurity is a very big thing with mental health. Being insecure sometimes leads to just very unfortunate situations. I was made aware of a few domestic violence situations that happened this week, and it was just very unfortunate. And sometimes when someone's just so insecure or they have a deeper rooted issue, which usually stems from their childhood, they take it out on their significant other because they know that for whatever reason they'll kind of like put up with it, and it just ended very, very terribly. And I'm gonna leave it at that, but I just want to acknowledge that. But
love and light and all the hugs and warmth that you need to get through this.
Right.
Sudden and traumatic.
Right.
So people are here, resources are here. You have to use discernment too, because there are going to be people that come that are nosy. They don't really want to help. They just want to know the deal.
Right.
So
right.
just be careful with who's around you in time of need, because there's unfortunately always someone trying to, get over on someone that's in the midst of some type of a storm.
Right.
Even I was doing calls for Maui last weekend.
Oh, wow.
Last Thursday and Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And there were literally people after I was calling numbers calling me back.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, who are these people? So I gave the numbers to the person that was running it, because I'm going, why? Because I'm dialing these numbers, is it coming back to me? Why our spam coming back? So it's automatically something wrong with that.
Right.
Especially when you have a blocker. I have RoboKiller on my phone, so it shouldn't never came through anyway.
It got through.
Yeah. So that's just where I'm at with mental health here. So what's your plans coming up? What's coming up besides? I know your annual, but what other ideas do you have flourishing for mental
So we want to really get
harmony?
these support groups popping.
Yeah.
We really do. I have some strong people in the community that are in my corner and supporting, and we support each other, and like you.
Thanks. Thank you, because it helps. It works both ways.
Yes, and we tend to sometimes need to vent and embrace each other with people that look like us, people that can relate to us, and have similar upbringings. And I think sometimes that's the problem with the stigma with our people. It's like you don't really want to go sit there and vent to somebody who doesn't really get it. As much as they might sympathize or empathize with you, they can't relate, you know?
Yep.
And we want to change that and say, okay, well, how about, you feeling a vibe out with a group of people that are similar to you?
That's what you need. And I've been saying that for years. So like-minded people, like I say, all the traumas, I know it's hard to share your traumas, but share them, because there's somebody out there that needs to talk to you.
Right.
And there's you need to talk to that person too, because when you have someone that knows the exact same way or thing that happened to them, you can have a explicit conversation with that person about the feelings.
Right. A breakthrough.
Like I don't say anything to anybody that, hasn't lost their father. But my girlfriend said something the other day that got me. It's like, I just want to be able to talk to him right now. And I said, I completely understand. So it's the difference,
Right.
So,
right.
That's where we're at. And I feel encouraged. Because we have these wonderful events coming up.
Right.
People being indemnified and lives changing. So.
And you know what? This year, I have to say New Haven did their thing this year. There was a lot of events this summer. And
yes.
I was excited. I just woke up and was taking my little one here, there. I was like, we're going to go to this one, that one, the beach. Then we're going to make the other event. And I'm very happy for New Haven. even just the club events as well.
Yeah.
You know, winding down events,
That
the
was nice.
community giveaways,
Absolutely
a lot
beautiful.
of different events this season.
Yes, Wind Down was great. I remember the inflatable chairs were fun because I was like I had to get out of that after.
Stuck, right?
Yeah, I
You
was
got
like,
shirts on.
but I kept dozing off and coming because coming to America, everybody knows the words. So I wake up and whatever scene it was, I'd be saying the words and I'd be like back to sleep.
Right.
But yeah, it was really good, really really good. So right now, I just want to take a few minutes to think about some resources for domestic violence.
Mhm.
There are a lot of women that are out there that are just completely and totally scared of the idea of leaving because of, like you said, insecurity mostly. But the resources to just make a phone call, to be able to talk to somebody and vent. I haven't seen that around lately.
Right.
So I just wanted to bring that to the forefront, specifically in the show, so then I can, share it with others, because I think that the numbers are getting lost.
Right. And you know what? To be honest, I don't have them all off the top of my head.
that's
I
fine.
do know VAWA, of course, and then I know that 211 is great. It's just like you said, it's about the timing.
Yeah.
They're so backed up, and we're working with them to try to see how could we delegate different things to different agencies to see how, because with the wait being so long, what's going to happen in the meantime? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And but at the event Thursday, there's going to be a lot of different information. We have a few informative tables where a lot of different agencies reached out, printed literature, and we're going to display that. And I will actually be posting all the rest of the week up into the event because it's hard to remember off the top of your head.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I like that you have
wrong.
the vendors announced anyway, so that's good.
Right,
as long as
right.
they're not shy, because some of them are shy, but the vendors are mostly announced. I don't know. I think I'll probably be down to just bring a small table though, which is
Yeah.
information.
You know how
just
we do.
hanging out, my usual. But that'll be great. So let's get into some more fun stuff.
Yes.
Yes,
I'm here for it.
we are going to take a moment. I need your help on this one already. I'd like to give a shout out to Edmund Biwak Comfort.
Uncle B-Wag.
I love you so much. And I'm so happy to call you friend and brother and big brother. And I'm so happy to be able to still fuss at you. So
We love you,
this
B-Wag.
weekend, and I think this is a great idea for a fundraiser. He's going to bring us all together to laugh.
Yes.
So he has the improv at the Smokehouse. I'm sorry, B-Wag, I don't have it right here in front of me. You sent it to me, but I know. I'm looking forward to the event. It's on my page,
I am
but
too.
it's at the Smokehouse. I had the name of it and everything.
I don't want to say it wrong.
It's
Right.
okay, give me one moment, guys. I will find it. I just had it. B-Wag, here we go. B-Wag. All right, so his actual GoFundMe is on my page as well. And on the 26th, he's going to be at the Smokehouse on... I'm trying to explain how to get to it. It's basically the corner of... Is that Blake and...
That's definitely Blake. But
it's kind of like... Is over by where 50 Fitch used to be?
you turn in. You could turn in that way,
Yeah.
or you could go straight down by Southern Blake Street.
Yeah, so on Blake Street, there's a little dent with the pizza place that people forget about. Back there is where his improv comedy show is going to be, and I'm really excited about that. That's at 8:00 on Saturday. There's also GoFundMe, and I want to take a minute to read to you all, because when someone becomes a miracle and they're already someone that's humble,
Right.
it shows that maybe somebody's doing something right.
Right.
And when I say B-Wag is a complete and total miracle, because I know how hard he hustles, and I know he wasn't really paying attention to his body, but by God's grace, you got to the emergency room when you had to. And I just wanted to say that we love you, and I'm going to read some of your information from your GoFundMe, and let people know your story. So this is him speaking on his GoFundMe, and I do have permission by him to share this with you. And this is BWAC saying, I came to the ER on March 31st, 2023. Early that day, I said, I feel like I have the flu. A few hours later, my feet began to swell and then get as hard as rock. Walking down the stairs sounded like clock, 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 clock. I immediately rushed to the emergency room at St. Raphael's Hospital to be admitted. I was administered morphine and began to have an allergic reaction, breaking out with little red splotches all over my body and face. As I remember, I woke up in ICU with tubes down my throat. I won't get into the hallucinations, I can't speak right now, and nightmares of me watching myself die on the operating table in front of my friends and family, but it was traumatizing. And it was traumatizing for us too. And I'm so glad that you're okay. I was in a catastrophic state because I could literally see my friends and family come up to me as I couldn't respond back, but only with eye movement. Everything was a blur. I was diagnosed with streptococcus pneumonia, which led to a bacteria infection in my bloodstream and eventually septic shock. Lord have mercy, yes, Jesus. Up until then, I've been healthy for the most part. Every once in a while, a cold or a stomach ache, but the illness, DIC, purpurofulminans, led to blood clots. Purpurofulminans. I just wanted to repeat that word. Starting from my lower and upper extremities, foot, hand, and brain, working its way toward my heart. Doctors were able to eradicate it by pumping antibiotics in my system. However, I am not out of the woods yet because the septic shock shutting down of organs left me with kidney disease and relying on dialysis. And we're praying that that won't be long, which I'm having a hard time claiming, but it's struggle every other day. That's another story. So, to God be the glory, I woke up to my younger sisters telling me that I had to fight because I used to tell them to be strong, and as bad as I wanted to give up, I remembered I have friends and family that still need me on earth, and God wasn't done with me yet. I spent my whole life trying to help others and anyone who knows me. Now that I won't knowing that I won't ask for a thing, never did ask for a thing, without working for it. I'd rather go without. But God has put it into my spirit to let people bless me, and when anyone asks, do you need anything? Well, here's a chance to help by attending a comedy improv show, again on the 26th, fundraiser, or donating to my GoFundMe, which I'm reading from. Emergency fund being sponsored by a Broken Umbrella Theater Company on the 26th. Please attend because I'd really like to see you. What's in store for you? I know it's going to be hilarious. Actually, I'd like to see also because it's going to be improv. So nobody really did. But I just wanted to make sure everybody knows how important the event. Harry's showing the flyer on the screen, and 446A. So yeah, this is that little cut. Yeah, 446A. And it's amazing because there's actually, if you get a chance to look at his page, a video of him at the end of dancing on his prosthetics.
Yes.
So dancing on his feet, dancing on his sneakers. And, think about how March is. Mm-hmm. March. It was just March. Mm-hmm. So the fight that's in him, I would love for him to tell his story completely and indemnify. Some of these young kids, they don't even understand what type of fight. They wouldn't know what to do with that fight.
Right.
Yeah. So I wanted to take a minute to just say that and make sure. Thank you, Harry, for putting that up. So I'm going to read something from Kelly. Turner Cole. I know she used to be Turner Cole, but now it's Kelly Turner. She is one of my good friends. When all this happened, she had just had BWEC to Charlotte. Mm-hmm. To do, part of her, the Wakanda Forever. Oh. She had a whole Wakanda Forever theme, and he did the backdrop and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So I contacted her and let her know what was going on, and immediately we just went into prayer because that's what he would wanted us to do. So we did.
Right.
So I'm going to read a little bit from Kelly, what she wrote, so you guys can get a great idea of how this is basically how both of us felt. I, Kelly Turner, get to share a testimony for my brother in love and spirit. BWAC Bernard, BWAC Comfort is a miracle. I thank God for his life. In March, I was contacted by another sister, and I'll admit it's me, in love and spirit about BWAC. The news was not good. It was happening so rapidly. Organs shutting down, circulation ceasing. Prayers went up. Faith in action, more important. BWAC, stunned by what's happening, leaned into his faith. He tapped deeper into his humility and grabbed on and through it all. 3.5 months and counting, he is here to tell the story. When we had that conversation when he before, he had his surgeries and stuff. The man is a legend. He is a legend, very much so, in the space of creativity in his community and beyond. I've watched him work, love, and grow in his craft. He's an artist. He's a master artist. Many know, and others will get to know as his next is in progress. Yes, I can imagine. I can't wait to see what he's going to do. I know he's going to do a lot. So brilliant mind he is. I visited with him June on Father's Day. He was in high spirits always, as he told us, come in the room. I can't wait to see how God is going to use me now. I'm ready, let's go. I can't wait to get my prosthesis on and get moving. And that's exactly what he did. Look at him now. So that's from Kelly Turner. And I just wanted to go over, because some people didn't even know the story. I know we don't like bearing, news like that unless somebody gives us permission. But this is what I'm talking about. The way he's putting his story out there is the way we need to put our stories out there so we can get the groups of like-minded people.
Right.
We can't get like-minded people if we're still closing our mouths, and we'll never be able to heal as a people.
Right.
Especially as women, if we just keep stuff in.
Right.
So, and you go to other things and end up, hurting something else in your body. So stress and everything else. But I really wanted to share that with everybody and let everybody know about the event, and just keep on encouraging him. And I'm telling you, he encourages you. You come in there like you just be doing something, and he just wait. Now I want to go sew,
right?
That type of thing. Yeah. So it's really amazing that things like this happen for a reason.
Right. Right.
For a reason. There was something that needed to be forefronted, and we don't know what that is.
Right.
We ask why. And sometimes it's not God. Sometimes it is the devil. But, we can't ask why. We can't look behind ourselves.
You got to move forward.
This is an amazing story of moving forward. Not even 4 months.
Right.
Not even 4 months. Just take them off. Let's go. No. And he really is. Let's go.
Right.
So that's the beautiful part of this.
I want to say,
take your time.
I jokingly call him Uncle BWAC because, and I really mean that though, because when I was younger, I grew up in, shout out to my hood, y'all. I grew up in Franklin Street.
Oh, yes.
So when I was growing up, BWAC came out there and he had a camp. And it was crazy because, that's why we call him Uncle, because, he's like an OG, right? And not that many people, especially during that time frame, were really looking out for the youth like that, especially on an independent type of, everything pretty much was on his dime minus us paying for our food, and he would teach us about different affirmations, different ways, different things about life, and about art, of course. And I'm more of a writer. I'm not really like a artist with drawing. I was like dance and writing, but I did get an eye for decor, watching him put things certain ways. And some of the kids picked up on really drawing well and spray painting and stuff as well. And then he took us to New York a couple of times for different shows. He really invested in the youth, and he did what I feel like the older generation is always supposed to do pay it forward.
Go back to the elders being respected.
Right.
Yeah, and it's amazing because I've seen some of the kids come in, from the beginning and, walk out amazing.
Right.
Because, you got a teacher that understands that he really does with that meet the kids where they are so he can get them to, okay, this one, it's kind of like I always say, Medea said at one of her plays, the one kid you could just tell and the other kid you got to thread.
And
so
we were a handful,
really good. Yeah.
And he had us, though. He had our attention. He knew, he just, and I always appreciate that and respect that about him. So even, throughout the years and, it just, he's just one of those OGs in the community, that those guys that you look up to, you could always conversate with, get some information. And I appreciate about them. I'm really happy that he was able to recover for the most part. And I fell out when I saw him dancing at the end. I said, oh my goodness, look at him.
Yeah, he grown.
Yes.
I'm hoping he'll do some of that dancing this week. I'm sure he will.
I know.
I can't wait to see him on
it's amazing.
So you are listening to MarceyLynn once again on 103.5 FM, New Haven Independence Community Radio. I am MarceyLynn, and this is MarceyLynn once again. We're just going over some things that are going on this weekend. I have here Miss Ari. She has a wonderful event coming up from 5 to 8 on Gulf Street. We can listen to some music and hang out with our freepos, and then, I'm going to karaoke. But anyway, and then, of course, this weekend, we have a wonderful, wonderful fundraiser that I went over. If you have time to really listen to the story, if you have missed it, I've read the story from the GoFundMe, and it's amazing that people are really chipping and really helping, because when I say prodigy, legend, just humble as all get out, I'll just call him B-Wack. B-Wack. But usually you don't have to say more than that. You usually don't have to say more than that.
Right.
So I'm going to take a minute and ask you, act like I know nothing about unity and community, and what is it to you? Because I know you've been before.
So
or old school in the park unity and community.
Right. So unity and community is self-explanatory, just what it is. We come together, different people in the community come together with their different organizations, but whatever their skills or talents are, network, eat, let the kids hang out. And it sounds so simple, but it's so important, because through that just day of coming together like that, and seeing people fellowshipping, a lot of ideas, a lot of potential comes out of that. Sometimes when you do things like that, you just feel better. You know what I'm saying? You can bring your whole family. You can network with other adults. The kids could play with kids like they never played before. Yeah,
Harry just had it up, but I wouldn't pull it up because I was reading. Sometimes, I just get the flyer. I just know that it's coming, and I never really read the flyer. But this year I read everything that was down the side. I'm going, we got some things going on. And it was really great because I know most of his community folks that are going to be doing that. So down the side of the flyer, if you haven't seen it, it literally says everything that's going to be on here. And it says face painting, bounce houses, horseshoes, splash pad, book bags. I can't read part of that. Vendors, food trucks, healthcare screening. I guess we always usually have Hill Health Center out there. I'm sure we got some mental health awareness folks, and we have food.
It says free hamburgers and
hot dogs. Yep.
Healthcare screening, free back to school haircuts.
Thank you.
For 2 hours. 13 and under kids basketball game.
Majesty and Huggy.
Music by all-star lineup of DJs. Majesty and Huggy.
Yep. So those are our hosts.
Okay, Majesty and Huggy on the mic.
Yeah.
Lawn chairs a must, and the UTIC kids dance off.
Wow, look how
every year they have
it expanded
that dance
so much.
off. If you have never been to the dance off, it is the cute. But we got some passionate parents. So I always look forward to the passionate parents. We've already resolved it. No, we're not arguing. We're not fussing, fighting. We're doing what we need to do, and the kids have a all showing off their talent.
They
love
do.
dancing.
And my
They
baby
love
can dance, so
dancing.
y'all better
Listen,
be ready.
Okay. We're looking for Ari's chick. Yeah.
My little son.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Every year, it's this set in stone that I'm going to be there and help out with the food part. So I really don't even contact my brother till that day, around that day. At this point, I'm like, I got everything from my mom's house. It's around the corner from Gulf Street. I just show up.
Right.
So it's one of those things. But I'm really happy that we're having this event. And a little bit of the history, and I have to ask my brother. I should call him on live TV. On live.
Put him on the
Call him right
spot.
now. Put him on the spot. Yeah. So it's 11 to 7, by the way, on Sunday. I don't think that was on the flyer, but I'll be there from 7 a.m.
That's nice.
And I'm still looking for somebody to help me. Anybody that wants to help, genuinely wants to help, come on out and help me. I know my brother always has helpers, but it's usually like during the time. But I just want helpers from beginning to end. And I know there's people out there that want to help. So I'm just looking forward to it. Just come on down. You don't have to call me. You don't have to reach out to me. Just come on down.
Show up.
Bring everybody. Unity in the community should be like Gospel Fest and Black Wall Street, because it literally is dancing the day away with community.
Right.
And it's so important. So music heals. We know music heals. Now, laughter heals. We know laughter heals.
Yes.
Give me some other things. I don't think people even understand, like reading heals. Reading heals. Meditation heals. So being quiet heals. Just sitting and being quiet heals.
And I want to say, I'm going to say, just like your presence sometimes heals. Sometimes knowing that you're amongst others of your same kind, it's just an empowering feeling, you know?
Where two or more are gathered together.
Right.
Something about to pop off. Yeah. But I'm really excited about that. I wanted to take a moment because everybody's worried about book bags. I literally have 12 different book bag events this week.
Yeah, you
and next
posted.
week.
I remember seeing
And I
it.
posted them. My problem with it is that
Some of them are early.
some of them are really early and I missed some of them. But I'm going to let you guys know the upcoming ones. I am amazed because I heard a little birdie told me that Board of Education is able to help with uniforms. So I don't know.
Oh,
You guys
okay.
might want to call and ask that question. I'm not sure if it's a program or what it is, because Love is Amistad. She gets nothing. Amistad, she gets nothing but a great education. But all the back to school, this one here is not local. We have one Friday in Meriden, and that's 10 to 1. So if anybody's listening from Meriden, I had to send it over to my Meriden people. So the first 800 Meriden school children,
Wow.
okay, between pre-K and 8th grade, so to register. So a lot of people are asking to register. So if you don't have the flyer, you can go to MarceyLynn Jones, MarceyLynnJones on Facebook, and you'll see it's a public post, so you don't have to befriend me. I don't even know if I can get friends anymore. I think I'm like 5,000.
Probably just followers. Yeah.
So just followers at this point. But if anybody has any questions, please feel free to inbox me. I do check my phone sparingly because I like to have a life. So that's one thing I don't always do, is check my phone. But I just want to go over the flyers that I do have locally. And I thank everyone that paid attention to my post and said, put them here. Did you see my post?
Yeah. No, I screenshotted.
Yeah,
I said, okay,
yeah,
I'm going to a couple of these.
Yeah. So there were there's quite a few. So I'm going to start with the one. There's one Tuesday, I believe it's Tuesday. They have them all different days. Bear with me 1 second because I had them up and I am not a pro at these phones. Y'all know. I need my teenager to show me how to do it.
They know how to do all of it.
Yeah, they know how to do all of them. So the backpack flyers, there's a school supply flyer for August 26th, 12 to 5. And this one's at West River Plaza, 38 Elm Street, West Haven. I'll also put it under the show on New Haven Independence page. And then there's another back to school on the 26th, another one. And that's at John S. Martinez School, parking lot, 100 James Street, 1 to 6. This one is 8/28. So you've got an opportunity to go. Is that the Monday or Tuesday after? I think it's
That's Tuesday, right?
Tuesday. Yeah. Hi, bud. So, hi, Naiva. So this is on the 28th, and it's 60 Connolly Parkway, Hamden, Connecticut. And that's, back tucked away behind CVS,
Right.
where Hamden High is. I like to tell people that because sometimes they'll drive right by it because you wouldn't know it was there if you're not looking for it, especially if some
That big
people
plaza.
drive. Yep. So that actually is from 11 to 1. So they're short and sweet, guys. So schedule yourself accordingly. So we've missed the one on the 20th. Okay. And my girls, of course, are doing a back to school event also on the 24th. So you can go Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
And then
Monday, and get book bags. So Thursday, August 24th from 4 to 6. This is a back to school event. Most all of them are back to school events, pretty much. I'm sorry, guys. 253 Columbus Avenue, New Haven, Connecticut.
Oh, that's today.
And that's where?
That's today.
Yeah. So I'm saying like today, right now. And that's from 4 to 6. No, 4 to 6. So you have time to get there. Don't say I didn't tell you. I'm going to shoot this one on the book on the book right now.
Right.
And we can now let's take a moment to just to work on what this year. What do you think this year is going to be like for our children in school? Because it's really like this first full year of not having to do what you had to do before and being able to intermingle into schools since COVID. And I'm hoping that the teachers got the strength ready.
Right. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna take another year or two for things to feel more normal. I feel like for kids, it's a goodie and cursing and the blessing a little bit with social media. That's and just the internet overall. It takes up so much from these kids. Sometimes I feel like their interpersonal skills and their social skills are not as good as they should be because of that.
Yeah.
And I'm just
they're just socialized.
praying for a balance,
Yeah, but they're just socialized. I say it all the time. And it's funny because I had a young lady tell me that she didn't know how to order, like at a drive-through.
Oh wow!
And she's like, I don't
only
know how
online.
to
They
say
do
that.
it online.
She's like, okay, you can come to the drive-through. So I guess everything's just you get a pass. Like I do it too, but I'm Instacart. I get all my groceries like on all together, all the stores coming at once, and
I do. I like Walmart pickup, but see the difference is we already were raised doing the other way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We know how to communicate for the most part.
Yeah.
That's their problem. Communication is a key to a lot of things, and that's where it's messed up with this new generation.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have
Ask
to
her what's
really.
wrong, and then an hour later, I get a text message that's like 5 pages
Oh
long.
my goodness, I can't stand when my teenager does that. Like I literally just was talking to you. Like you know what I'm
Isn't
saying?
that crazy? Yeah.
And it's like you got to watch how you talk to them because they'll be like they're actually more sensitive, but they think they're not.
They're more sensitive,
Right, and I'm like,
and the
you're
problem with
way
that
more
is they're more
sensitive than-
sensitive because they don't know how to interact with
Right.
people. So they're already super sensitized because they don't know how to interact with people. But that whole thing about not being able to order at the drive-through, I'm like, okay,
Say it.
just say
Just
what
say it.
you want. Yeah,
Right.
but it's true. They're desocialized. So I'm hoping that this year maybe they can get the kids to interact a little better than they did, in
Right.
the past couple of years. Because of course tensions are high, but our problem right now really is going to be a lot of the families that are out of housing. So I'd love to work on that. I'd love to work on getting those kids together,
Right.
as often as we can. So even during school, if we have latchkey, that type of thing.
Right.
So that's something that I've always had a passion for, just making sure that the kids that are in situations that are traumatic for them,
Right.
like being homeless with your family,
Right.
are being taken care of and being directed,
And DCF as
encouraged.
well.
Yeah.
I was in DCF at one point, and that was very, very hard for me as a teenager. And that's part of the reason for the Mental
Mental
Harmony
Harmony.
Foundation as well, because I know if I could overcome those feelings and those thoughts in that dark place, anybody can. Because I was in a dark place. You know,
and a lot of our teenagers are in those dark places, and we don't.
And that's why
really,
they're still in cars.
yeah,
They're doing things,
yeah.
you know, they're acting out, but they really are crying out for help.
Yeah.
It's just a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. You try to pay attention, but you remember now, my daughter's going to school from 7 a.m. to 6, and then when the games start, she'll be maybe even 10 o'clock. So I'm home, and if something goes down, I don't know the exact, information, but I do find out as much as I can.
But you know what? Shout out to you, though. Yeah. Because I'm going to tell you, I was doing something similar. I had a child young, and I went to school, and I was also running track. And I really am grateful to my adopted parents. They held it down while I went from school to track, and it was like 12 hours they was having my son. Sometimes they knew I was doing something productive, just like how you're helping your daughter because you know that,
of course,
she's doing her thing, and that takes a lot of strength and love. As a parent,
that 7 to 10 is rough. And I asked if we can pass. Can we just go to 3? Because 2 is going to be rough. She is not even 2 yet, but you've been on the phone when she's flipping and jumping and everything. That's just an average day.
They can't help it.
Yeah. So, any last comments? I really want to ask people to please reach out if you're willing to share your trauma, so we can get these groups started.
Right.
People with like-minded trauma.
Right.
Need to be together and heal each other, because that's the only way really to heal. Unfortunately, what's going on now is, and I'm going to say, a lot of the counselors, the certified people with the book, with the book smarts, and they have the certificate and the degrees, are not people that have the traumas.
Right.
So if we can encourage them to help us put these people together, it may be better than us just trying to do anything.
Right.
So that's what I wanted to say at the end of this.
Right.
But did you have anything you wanted to mention?
I just want to say for mental health, it's really important to know your outlet. I speak about that often. Know your outlets, know your triggers, and know your outlets. If I know I get irritated easily, I need to leave that situation alone. I need to go to dance for myself once a week as an adult just to relieve stress. I need to know the different outlets that I need to use to keep my mind right. And that's very important. Sometimes we just go. And then you look around like...
And that's what happened to me yesterday.
Exactly. It tears your body down after a while.
I wasn't like even realizing. I was just like, okay, go. I really had been going since last week. And I didn't even realize it. But God really sure I realized it now.
Right.
Really, really did. So you've been listening to MarceyLynn once again. And I am sitting here with my beautiful Ari. And I want you to remember her event, which is next Thursday from 5 to 8 on Gough Street. Music. Healing with music in the park.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Healing. And I want you to please come out and support BWAC for his event. I'm just ready to laugh. And improv is amazing because it could go anywhere.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to that. And that's at the Smoke Shack Stack, 446A Blake Street, over by that little pizza, the little cut across from the park.
Piece of Heaven,
the Montessori
I
Park. Yeah, Piece of Heaven, whatever it is. And then, of course, Unity in the Community on Gough Street Park. Old School in the Park. More music. And all of the things are on the flyer that you'll see here. And I want to thank again Harry Jose for not getting picked. Jury duty. And I want you all to know that I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. God bless you. And I'll see you this weekend. Yes. I better see you this weekend. I might talk about y'all if you don't come out.
That was nice.